Makes total sense. Okay, so beyond the injury itself, this naturally leads us into his whole approach to Western states. And this is where he really gives like a master class in doing things differently. And maybe nothing is more direct or controversial than his view on pacers.
He's incredibly strong on this and very vocal. He believes elite runners, for what he calls pure competition, just shouldn't have pacers.
He calls them a crutch, doesn't he?
He does. He even goes so far as to say elites who use pacers shouldn't count in the top 10, and points out he hasn't used them in his 4 wins there.
And he mentioned that 2023 race being 2-on-1 against Rod and his pacer. That really cemented it for him.
He felt like a pacer gives you a mental refill, basically, and when he was running solo near someone with the pacer, he just preferred it to be one-on-one. He also raised this kind of integrity point.
About them being unsupervised.
Exactly. That lack of supervision leads to a lack of trust. In his view, it's a firmly held belief for him, rooted in this idea of pure competition.
It's definitely a hot topic. You can see his point on integrity, but I imagine many elites rely on pacers for support, hydration.
Safety too on tough sections. While Jim's point is clear, there are definitely strong arguments for their practical benefits and how they let athletes push limits safely. Lots of debate there.
Fascinating stuff. But okay, pacer stance aside, it's undeniable that Jim knows the Western States course like the back of his hand.
He calls it his home turf, a place he knows how to survive in the canyons, and he says he can exploit other runners because it suits his strength so well, and he's developed some really unique, very practical cooling strategies.
Love this stuff. Did he share any specifics? Like secret tactics?
He talked about having a secret spot to dip in the American River before the main Rucky-Chucky crossing. Though he did admit that in 2023 it actually backfired a bit. He said it was a net negative because Rod gained time on him while he was getting wet. He's a huge advocate for fully dunking in Duncan Creek because that climb up to Robinson Flat right after is so exposed and hot.
Right.
And he even recommended the Volcano Canyon Creek dip to other runners, like Rod, plus El Dorado Creek, another key spot he uses, even though it's a bit of a scramble down.
So it's not just fitness, it's about knowing the environment, applying that knowledge. Those cooling dips sound absolutely crucial in the heat.
Precisely. It's strategic. Jim's detailed knowledge and willingness to use these, slightly unconventional tactics, that's a massive part of why he's so consistent. For you listening, it's a reminder. Really understanding the environment can be a game changer, especially when it's hot. Mid-race cooling is vital.
Definitely. Now, despite all these wins, Jim's surprisingly honest about how he sees his own performances. He called his 2023 win quite sloppy, which really grabbed my attention.
He backs it up with data, which is very Jim. He had 33 minutes of stopping time at 8 stations. Compare that to Dan, Hayden, Rod. They were all under 13 minutes.
That's a big difference.